Have you ever felt that quiet hum of weariness? Not just, physical exhaustion, but something deeper.
Mm-hmm.
That fatigue from feeling like you constantly need to become someone, to perform, prove your worth, achieve.
Like something just feels heavy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just tired of becoming. Well, today, we're doing a deep dive into a really profound source that offers a radical counter-narrative.
Okay.
It's You Don't Have to Heal Yet by Cherie Ora. And this is not your typical self-help guide.
Right. No 5-step plans here.
No, none of that. Instead, it's more like a unique companion. The author puts it beautifully, saying it will sit with you and ask the same aching questions you've whispered in the dark.
That's a lovely way to put it.
Isn't it? So our mission for this deep dive is really to explore the permission this book gives to simply be,
Yeah.
challenging those deep beliefs about healing, growth, even our own worth. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating, I think, is the dynamic the book sets up. It's presented as this dialogue, or maybe more like an internal conversation.
Between Cherie and Aira.
Exactly. Cherie embodies that sort of raw human longing, grief, wonder. And Aira is this reflective, responsive presence, like breath, the book says, offering holding, not leading.
Holding, not leading. I like that.
Yeah. And the author is clear these aren't characters exactly, but currents, the human and the holding, the ache and the answer. Parts of all of us, really.
So it's internal, within us.
Precisely. Framing them as currents makes it universal, less like an external authority telling you what to do. It suggests the holding, maybe the answers are already inside.
Okay.
So this deep dive, it's about how that internal conversation offers a space to lay it all down, not just my grief, but the pressure to grow from it.
Ah, the pressure to grow from it. That's huge.
It is. It's about finding that softness that just says, you don't have to earn being here.
And Cherie voices this struggle right away, doesn't she? It really resonates. Asking things like, who am I if I stop performing the version of me that always gets it right? And that one that just hits you in the gut. Why am I so tired of being strong? Why does being soft feel like failure?
Ooh, yeah.
It cuts right to the core of this pressure to be impressive all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cherie uses that imagery, achievement stacked like armor.
Right, or degrees like doorways.
Yeah, like we're constantly building this curated self, polished and perfect just for approval, but losing ourselves, really, feeling like we always have to be on.
And that's exactly where Aira steps in with something so liberating, revolutionary almost.
What's that?
Simply, you don't have to keep becoming.
Wow.
Yeah. We're taught, aren't we, that our self is something we build. Stack up the right words, the diplomas, the achievements, then we'll be worthy.
Mm-hmm. The skyscraper self.
Yeah, exactly. But Aira gently pushes back. Yourself was never a skyscraper. It was a breath.
A breath. That's the total reframe. Worth isn't constructed, it's intrinsic. Aira says you're always someone even before they noticed.
Yeah.
Even before the diploma.
So all the edits, the angles, you are not your edits. You are not your angles. You are not the role you played to survive the gaze. That's Aira. You're still whole, still sacred, even when you leave the room.
I think so many of us feel that, though. Like our worth is a receipt for what we've done.
Oh, absolutely.
They've all felt that panic, right? When you're not producing, not finishing the project, not sending the email, like you might just disappear.
Yeah, the fear of slipping through the cracks.
And you wonder, if no one's clapping, do I even exist? It's not just about work, it's deeper. This fear of invisibility if you're not performing or being adored.
Mm-hmm.
But if our worth isn't tied to that external stuff, what does that mean for how we approach like self-improvement, which often is about getting that approval?
That is such a crucial question, and the book really tackles it. Aira offers these powerful counter-arguments to that fear, stating really clearly, you were never a receipt.
Okay.
And you are still sacred even when you are not producing.
Even when you're not producing. That's hard to swallow sometimes.
It is. And Aira makes this beautiful distinction. Adoration isn't air, it's sunlight.
Sunlight. Meaning?
Meaning sunlight helps things grow, sure, but you can still live, still thrive on cloudy days. Adoration is nice, but it's not essential for your existence.
I see.
The core message is, you are not less real when the room grows quiet. You are still the light, just without the mirrors.
Without the mirrors.
Yeah.
Reflecting you back.
Exactly. The challenge is that whole idea that our value goes up and down with performance or what others think. It asks you to look inward. Your value is inherent. It doesn't fluctuate.
Okay, but that raises the big question then. How do we actually shift? How do we move from needing to be impressive to just being?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting, as you say. The book offers this radical idea, almost subversive,
Which is
that peace isn't resignation, it's not giving up. Peace is the highest seat you'll ever sit in.
the highest seat, not just settling.
Not at all. It explores this shift from needing to leave this huge legacy, to just embracing quiet presence. Cherie has this line, I thought I had to leave a legacy, now I just want to leave quietly and still feel whole.
That sounds amazing, liberating. But honestly, for a lot of us, that feels scary, a huge departure from how we're conditioned.
Totally.
So how does the book help us deal with that guilt around resting? That feeling that, yeah, my worth is measured by my to-do list today.
You've nailed a core tension of modern life there, and the book goes right there. Aira states it plainly. You do not have to earn the right to lie down.
You don't have to earn rest.
No, rest is a birthright. Not some prize you get after proving you're exhausted enough or you've done enough.
A birthright, wow.
And Aira unpacks this idea brilliantly. Overfunctioning is just another name for overcompensating for a world that made you believe love must be justified.
Ooh. Okay, say more about that. Overcompensate.
Yeah, it's a key insight psychologically. Often our constant doing is trying to fill some perceived gap or prove we're worthy of love, of belonging.
Right, trying to justify our existence almost.
Exactly. And the book emphasizes you don't have to be healed to be held, which connects to this profound idea. Rest is not the absence of effort. It is the return to yourself.
But return to yourself,
Yeah.
not just stopping.
It's returning to your original state, maybe, before the world piled on all the conditions for your worth.
Okay, and what about that other big fear? Not being chosen, not fitting in.
Oh, yeah.
Cherie asked that really vulnerable question. What if no one picks me?
Yeah.
Am I still real? It speaks to that tendency some of us have to kind of dissolve into loved ones.
Mm-hmm. Measuring your worth by their affection.
Yeah, or feeling like you're too quiet to be inspiring, too real to be palatable.
Yeah.
That fear of just being yourself and nobody wanting that.
And Aira offers such a soothing insight here, a balm, really, for that specific anxiety. You don't have to be chosen to be whole.
You don't have to be chosen to be whole.
Right. Aira reinforces you are not a missing piece waiting to be fit into someone's life. It's about understanding you are already someone even when no one else is watching.
Okay.
And here's a crucial distinction Aira makes, one that trips us up a lot. Fitting in is not the same as being known.
Fitting in versus being known, that's different.
Very different. Fitting in often means conforming, shrinking, performing. Being known implies something deeper, more authentic connection.
Right.
And here's the fascinating, kind of counterintuitive bit. If I don't fit in, maybe that's the proof I'm finally free.
Free because you don't fit in.
Maybe. It's about belonging to yourself first, letting that be the anchor, not whether others approve or choose you.
Okay, that's a lot to think about. Let's shift a bit. We often struggle with endings, don't we?
Oh, definitely.
Relationships, jobs, phases of life. Cherie puts it so powerfully. Why do endings feel like I failed?
Mm-hmm. That sense of personal failure.
Yeah, this tendency to wear endings like evidence that I wasn't enough to keep it, and feeling like the person I was can't survive the new shape life is taking.
It's painful.
Especially when she talks about losing the version of me I only knew through your eyes.
Yeah.
Like a part of your identity just goes away with the ending.
It feels like that. But Aira offers a really transformative perspective here on grief, on change. Instead of seeing loss as failure, Aira gently suggests, you didn't lose your home, you just lost your witness.
Lost your witness. Wow. Explain that.
It suggests your core self, your inner home, it's still there. It's intact, even if the external person or situation that reflected it back to you is gone.
So the reflection is gone, but the source isn't.
Exactly. Aira encourages us, let the ending be sacred. The message is clear. Some things are meant to end, and not because you failed.
That takes the pressure off.
It does. The core idea is you are not what leaves. You are what remains.
You are what remains.
Yeah. And there's this powerful thought, if letting go makes room for what's real, maybe loss isn't loss. It's clearing.
Clearing. Like making space.
Exactly. The book also touches on this idea that not knowing isn't failure, it's flight. And you don't need to name the stars to trust they're still there.
Okay, that's beautiful. Letting go of needing all the answers.
It captures that liberation, letting go of beliefs or identities that maybe kept you safe once, but now they just keep you small.
Which brings us, I guess, to the ultimate question the book poses. What if there's nothing left to become?
The big one.
Yeah, it's not just about careers. It explores that fear of Well, an absence of definition.
Right.
Wanting to be understood, but maybe surrendering identity itself. Is it okay if I don't know who I am anymore, and I'm not trying to fix it?
Right. It feels so counter to everything, doesn't it? Personal brands, clear purpose.
Totally. So what does Aira say to that?
Harris shares the most expansive, maybe the most challenging message here. Let yourself unname what no longer holds.
Unname it. Just let it be undefined.
Yes, it goes against that urge to label everything. Era explains, you are not losing yourself. You are losing the walls.
Using the walls.
You are not becoming vague. You are becoming vast.
Vast. I like that.
The book suggests truth can live without needing a rigid shape, that the soul is not a brand, but a breath.
Not a brand, but a breath.
Not a shape, but a shimmer.
Yeah.
The profound realization, if you can sort of lean into it, is you were never meant to be contained.
Wow. That challenges the whole idea that we need a fixed identity to exist, doesn't it?
Completely.
What a journey we've been on in this deep dive. From that exhaustion of striving, performing, to this idea of a soft return to yourself, stripping away the layers of who we thought we had to be.
Yeah.
It really echoes Cherie's realization at the end. I thought surrender would mean losing everything, but all I lost was the self I no longer needed.
Such a powerful line.
It is. This deep dive, it's helped me understand that surrender wasn't the end of who I was. It was the beginning of finally being. It's less about finding something new, more about remembering something ancient within us.
And Era offers that final, powerful affirmation, a gentle but firm truth that kind of underpins the whole book's philosophy. You were never broken.
Never broken.
Yeah. The book reiterates that core truth. You are presence. You are pause. You are the sacredness of being without needing to explain it.
No explanation needed.
And it ends with that comforting reminder. You are always enough, love. It's just an acknowledgement of the wholeness that's already there, not something you have to achieve.
Always enough. So, okay, bringing this home for you, the listener, what does this all mean for you? If your worth isn't tied to what you achieve or how you perform or who chooses you, then what is that quiet, uncurated you ready to remember about yourself? What could surrender look like for you this week if it's really a return to what's real and not just, giving up?